What's up, people of YouTube? F-Man Critic back, and well, guess what? We're not just reviewing the original live-actions Addams Family movie. We're reviewing the animated one as well. Well, we gotta do these things in order first. So, first things first. Let's start off with the first one. The first one was actually pretty cool. Actually, the main story actually was actually because apparently it was revealed. You see, the Addams family. Apparently it was revealed in this movie that Gomez and Fester, the brothers, they had some sort of fight that happened 25 years ago when Gomez felt extremely guilty. So in other words, basically the movie is basically just family reuniting. I mean, it starts with Christmas carolers singing at the back of the door for some reason before the Addams spilled tarp on them. Anyway, basically, like the first half is like, the family grieving, wanting Fester back, doing their best. Well, technically the kids are just, being their crazy selves. Anyway, point is there's this thing that their lawyer wants to scam them and take their money so he can pay off this woman, okay? He does butter up Gomez as for it. It's his wife is getting stuff for the charity auction. And anyway, he tries to find the secret vault where their moolah is hidden. But no luck. But when he meets the person, and he thinks of an idea. Apparently her son Jordan, I think that's his name, kind of looks extremely resemblance to Fester, which, shocker, it is, but we'll more on that later. Point is, their plan is to shave his head and see if he can get welcome into the family and he can find the vault. During the summonings, it worked, and Fester Addams is backing Gomez. This is Addams' life. They share a hug, which is kind of sweet. And the majority of the movie is just, Fester trying to get along with him, which he kind of does. Morticia accepts him. The children accepts him. And the point is, it's actually very sweet to see, all the kids, at first, Wednesday was all suspicious at him, but, she starts getting closer to him. It was actually very nice. The kids really grown to like their Uncle Fester. But the day when he was going to leave, because they found the vault and stuff, they did this awesome dance, but Wednesday, she found them out, and that leaves the Addams' house broke. They were broke, homeless, Morticia, she tried to be a daycare teacher, while Pugsley and Wednesday, they were trying to sell lemonade. And remember this, this girl? Well, I want you to remember her for later. All I'm saying is Morticia tries to confront the people who took their home, but they end up trying to torture her, which to the Addams is amazing. Whatever. Fester, aka Jordan, he feels really bad. So, for once he stands up to his so-called mother, while Thing told Gomez that Morticia's in danger. Anyway, a climax goes on. Fester has had enough, so he gets this book off Gomez, which causes a giant hurricane and stuff. He tells his so-called mother that she's a bad mother, and begins this crazy ass thunderstorm, where he gets electrocuted in the head, and the lady and the Addams' lawyer gets buried, possibly alive by Pugsley and Wednesday. 8, it's Halloween. And oh, isn't that sweet? Pugsley's dressed up as his Uncle Fester. That's sweet. Eat. And it looks like Finn has his own girlfriend. Oh, that's double nice. Turns out that was the real Fester, but he just had amnesia. Yeah. Fun fact, actually, the movie was actually throughout the movie he was actually just gonna be the actual imposter. No Fester Addams, just flat out the imposter. But the cast they really didn't like the idea. They really wanted Fester to be in the movie. So, they convinced the writers to just screw it, give the character amnesia, do anything. So long as Fester is actually Fester in the movie. Anyway, they go out trying to wake the dead as a Halloween activity. And Morticia tells Gomez she's pregnant. And two years later, a sequel ride, Addams Family Value. It was honestly kind of my favorite in the franchise so far. Picked up where we left off. Gomez and Morticia had a baby. He looks just like his dad because of the mustache. That's kind of funny. The children don't like him. At first, they try to get rid of him. And so the parents, they decide to get a nanny. And so they sell with this woman named Debbie, which, spoiler alert, she's after Fester and his money. When the kids are getting too close to finding out the truth, she sends them away to a summer camp called Camp Chippewa, which honestly is kind of my favorite subplot, and it's kind of my favorite story in the movie. Like there's this boy who has a crush on Wednesday, and Wednesday starts growing attached to this kid because anything could kill this kid. Like literally has a ton of allergies and well, yeah. And you remember that Girl Scout out from the last movie? Well, she's in this. And she's and she kind of torments with Wednesday and Pugsley a lot. She just kind of puts them through hell. I guess she's kind of mad at them about the lemonade thing. Well, then again, when she greeted them, she wondered their style of clothing instead of being all like, "Hey, I know you. You're the kids who sold me that weird lemonade." Whatever. Fester and Debbie, while seducing Fester, he falls in love and he gets engaged. They have this wedding that goes on. They get this house where Fester has to change his look. No matter what, Debbie tries to kill Fester by electrocution, by blowing him up. Quite frankly, she's just trying to murder him. But, the Addams, they're practically immortal, but I want you to remember this whole electrocution thing for later. Anyway, the kid's plot is that the counselors, they sort of put them in this little concentration cabin where they were forced to watch Disney movies until they conform, or where Wednesday for the first time cracks a smile, but it's all just an act. You see the Thanksgiving play is going on. She's supposed to be one of the Indians, and apparently she goes out her way, basically tormenting the place down, basically roasting the camp counselors. Yeah, they kind of had it coming. They called the boy Oi Four Eyes. The male one is all when he explained is that he just wants to read. The guy is all not all my time, Four Eyes. Really? Four Eyes? Yeah, that kind of stuff is just gonna get you fired, dude. Even if this was taking place in the 90s, and still. Guy should have gotten fired. Whatever, I bet they don't have to deal with those camp, because I bet they're bound for life for, nearly tearing the place down and starting a refuge. Anyway, the kids managed to get back home, which is a good thing, because the baby, he was starting to feel sick. I mean, to us, the baby looks like the perfectest thing ever, but to them, it was a really big deal. Just when everything looks like it was going back to normal, the baby going back to normal, Fester back with the Addams, the children back with the Addams. Debbie comes back with a shotgun and puts them all in electric chairs. She reveals that all the time she was married, the first time she ever killed someone. Apparently, the first time she killed someone was her parents. Apparently, the reason why she starts this whole thing where she marries men for money, but only just to kill them on their wedding night, or something like that, is because she didn't get the right Barbie doll. Really? Yeah, that's it? All because she didn't get the right doll? It's kind of just, still. Come on, let's just cut him some slack. So, seriously. Like, she claims that she just wants to be loved. You were loved, you dumbass. Those men loved you for you. You probably then you seduced them too. And there's something I don't actually get, actually. She puts them all in electric shock chairs. But how the hell could they be electrocuted to death when in the first movie, Wednesday strapped Pugsley into an electric chair and nearly electrocuted him? Is it the fault of, like, they're just accepting their doom? I don't get it. Like, I genuinely don't get it. So one thing I never got in this movie. Anyway, thanks to the baby, for escaping his crib, he finally rigs up the thing and electrocutes Debbie to death. To ashes. Like, literally, she literally goes all Thanos and just dust. Sometime later, and it's the baby's one-year-old birthday party. Looks like Cousin It has been a little busy. And apparently he had a nanny called Dementia, which it has a lot in common with Festa. Looks like Fester's beginning a bit of a crush. Anyway, and hey, even the boy from the camp, I've got invited. He's even looking like Gomez. That's pretty cool. Anyway, they give Debbie her own tombstone, and, well, this is basically what they put in her thing. Wife and psycho. Well, they ain't wrong. He wishes Debbie all the best. I don't. And it just ends with, him getting his hand grabbed by, I'm probably assuming, Thing. Anyway, those were the two live-action animated Addams Family movies. They were good. I thought the child actors were, like, really amazing of what they were doing. I certainly think the Addams Family live-action films were good, amazing. I downright adore the actors. I mean, they got Christopher freaking Lloyd to play as Festa. I love that guy. I've seen him do some quite amazing movies, in my opinion. And anyway, yeah, I generally just adore the Addams Family live action films. I give the first one a 10 out of 10. Second one, 10 out of 10. They both get a 10 out of 10 in my book, and I certainly thought the story and the premise was pretty good. I mean, what do you expect? They're creaky and they're kooky, mysterious and spooky. They're all together ooky. The Addams Family. Our house is a museum where people come to see them. They really are a scream. The Addams Family. I mean, yeah. Anyway, let me just get oops, sorry about that. I accidentally took a picture. Sorry about that. I had an accident then. I was just sorting something out then real quick. Sorry about that. I was sorting something else. Anyway, that takes us to the anime Addams Family movie. The first one begins with Morticia going somewhere, apparently to her wedding, where all the townspeople are giving them all dirty looks, because apparently after they put the lime in the coconut and tried to drink it up, up angry mob comes around calling them monsters and saying Addams aren't welcome. It's just kind of effed up, really. Like, Morticia and Gomez make a run for it, and they run into someone who is Lurch, and, well, he becomes their own butler. Apparently he used to live in something called a mental hospital for the criminally insane, which apparently becomes their new home, because according to them, it was hideous and horrible. To them, it was home. Anyway, 13 years later, and wow, Gomez is really aged, like not in a bad way, like look at this. This is how it used to look, and this is how it looks now. He looks like a completely different character. I looked at, like, seriously, like, it was kind of crazy. See, whatever. Point is, what's going on? What's the main plot for this movie? Is that Pugsley's Masaya Masuka is coming up. I think it's basically like an Addams family birthday party or an Addams family bar mitzvah, where apparently he has to do this thing with a sword or to actually, become a true Addams or something like that. Only one person's ever failed it. His third cousin Sander. Apparently never heard of him. And apparently they might have disowned him when he failed to do the Masaya Masuka. Anyway, the other plot is, well, not plot, but the villain of the movie, Margot Neela. I think I pronounced that right. Hope I pronounced that right. She wants to sell houses that are practically the same. Here, she practically rules over the town. I think so. I mean, I don't know how she's managed to get that much power, but yeah, it's kind of crazy how she rules the town when really she's just someone who decorates houses. Anyway, her confetti and balloons somehow fly to the Addamses, and they're all like, what is that? What is that? There's normally a murderous clown attached to the other end of those things, but turns out, they're curious to know. I love how Gomez is, like, super open-minded throughout this movie. Like, he's trying to give this place a chance, and I feel like, he's trying to convince Morticia that this place is nothing like the old country. Like, this is a place where all the rest of the Addams family can live and stay here. I think that's really cool. All of them to think so. Anyway, Margot grabs their attention, and she said she can give their house a Margot makeover, which meant, well, to them, she thought she was just going to spray paint the whole house, and, that was basically it. It's while there, Wednesday meets her daughter Harper, and she now goes to the school that Harper's in, and Harper's all like, "Oh, that Wednesday's a freak," but soon she quickly wins Wednesday over by making a dead frog become a live frog, and jumping her messing with her school bully Bethany. And Wednesday gets Harper's respect. When she comes home, she gets a thing on her hairpiece or something that the family doesn't really appreciate at first. Second time she comes home, she's wearing clothes that belong to Harper, and, well, Morticia gets pissed at her, and, well, Wednesday got a makeover, Harper also did. That kind of caught the eye of her mother, and she's all like, those Addams has gone too far this time. Like, in the beginning, she was just spreading rumors, saying stuff like they're wanted in 30 states, and point is, now she's just going to rile up a rampage because, well, she made her daughter look like that. Let's be honest here, any parent would have the same reaction, thinking, oh, that child that you're spending with is a bad influence on you. Let's be honest here, if, your child started acting different because she's been getting around with someone else, let's be honest here, a parent would react like that, sort of. But I bet they wouldn't get an angry mob. Anyway, Wednesday and Harper discover about her her lair where she set up security cameras in all her Margot makeover houses. And at the Addams family, the rest of the family come. Even Snoop Dogg playing as it shows up. Anyway, yeah, I just can't believe Snoop Dogg's in this and he plays as it. That is pretty cool. Anyway, Pugsley sort of fails the Mazurka, but thanks to Margot ramming up the town, putting slingshots for the house, Pugsley has his time to shine. And I honestly gotta say this: Pugsley is a badass in this scene. Like, he literally protects his family with bombs, and I think he just acts like a badass in this. It's kind of impressive. Anyway, when the house is collapsing, Ichabod the tree and Wednesday save them. And the towns realize, what have they done? They are a family after all. And Margot's career is taken down because she shows her true colors when her daughter was filming her live. But she doesn't know what to do now because she's going to be bankrupt, because who will buy all the houses? Well, Fester sees this as his opportunity to step in and help her sell these houses. And he's all like, wow, look at me, a total zero. Would end up with a woman like you, also a zero. I also love the look she gives, like, ugh. I really love that part. That was funny. Anyway, all in all, things end up pretty good. Pugsley has his name. He does the Mazurka thing. And he really becomes an Adam. And, well, the movie ends with a recreation of the song I just sang before we got to review this movie. Like, literally, they literally re-sing the whole song. And it didn't end there, actually. Which we move on to the sequel, Addams Family 2. It takes place at Wednesday's science project, where she did an experiment on Uncle Fester, which involved splicing the DNA of her octopus and putting it into him to reach his intelligence, thereby causing a plot where Fester is slowly turning into an octopus throughout the film. Anyway, Wednesday's feeling all depressed because she didn't want to be in her family's life that much, and Fester thinks this is a good idea to take the camper around, go see the country, do something as a family together while Grandma holds down the fort. Anyway, they take the old camper, they go out, that's basically the entire movie. Well, technically, a social worker comes to visit, and, he says that his client and his daughter might have been switched with their daughter. And, Gomez and Morticia, they're all like, they thought Wednesday set him up or something. I don't know. Well, instead of acting like mature adults and, actually taking her to the guy, where, all he's asking is like a DNA test or something, which I bet he has on him. Instead, they just keep avoiding him throughout the movie. That's basically the problem with Gomez and Morticia throughout the movie. Instead of actually just negotiating with this guy, like, all he wants is the girl to talk to. Seeing if she's actually an Addams, which, let's be honest here, it doesn't take a DNA test to know that she's an Addams. Literally, not just because that's the message of this movie, but because, look at her. She's, she's gloomy and black and white. It's just like her family. So why is she all, out of touch with her family or something? I don't get it. She thinks that she might have been misplaced on the day of her birth because her uncle thought it'd be a funny idea to juggle the babies around because they were howling like crazy. See, because he entered the nursery and turned the lights on, and he claims that he put every baby back, he thinks. There's basically this part where they go to a part in America, they avoid the social worker guy, and it basically goes on like this till they get to the part in Texas where where they sign Wednesday up as a pageant where she looks like something pink threw up on her. Well, technically, in the first movie, didn't mind wearing something pink, ink, mostly just to scare her family. Point is, they're gonna be dead. But well, it was nice knowing Gomez and Morticia. Just kidding. Instead of killing them, she acts all carry and drops something red on the other girls. Hell, in this movie, apparently it's revealed that Wednesday can read minds because she confronts this little girl about it. And let me tell you something, it's my favorite part of the movie. Like, she's all like, this is really happening. And Wednesday, what's yours? And she's like, I don't want to tell you. And she's like, hello, Peggy. Honestly, it's like, how long could she do that for? How long could Wednesday read minds? That is funny, that is. I love how she practically traumatized that girl. Oh, I'm sorry, Peggy. Oh my god, that's funny. Anyway, at the Grand Canyon, she finally talks to the social worker who was in contact with this guy named Cyrus, who was a scientist who was funding the school science fair at the beginning of the movie. Apparently, he also had a daughter, or claims he had a daughter, who might have been switched on the day of Wednesday's birth. Wednesday makes a little concoction that's a DNA test, and apparently she isn't an Addams. When I watched this for the first times, I was like, oh my god, Wednesday isn't really an Addams. But we'll get back to that soon. Point is, she meets up with Cyrus, and they sort of have the DNA test, and it's a match. Turns out she is Cyrus's kid. Oh my god. Or is she? But we'll get back to that. Anyway, the family tracks her down, and in other words, they get kidnapped. They find out that Cyrus is a phony. Turns out he did fake the DNA test, but the only reason why he went through all this trouble to get close to Wednesday was because that whole animal splicing thing she did in her science project. He's been trying to perfect that for years, but he never could. So he tried. So he stooped so low as to pretend to be the girl's father. Instead of just asking her. I mean, yes, in the movie, she was all like, it's a family secret and stuff, but still, ill. All I'm saying is, she has the opportunity to press a button that would mutate her family, but she refuses. And in doing so, Cyrus gets messed up because Lurch meets up with an old friend, and I think it's very funny. Like, the part where he's about to battle this guy, they have a massive hug. I was like, aww. Anyway, yeah, it was just, the climax is very cool, actually. Like, Fester is completed his octopus transformation, he goes at it with Cyrus. When it looks like Fester is about to die, they concoct an Addams concoction, because apparently Wednesday was given this necklace that had every drop of blood from every Addams, including Fester, including her own. All I'm saying is this concoction would be enough to save Fester, which it does in the end. And not just that, Pugsley gets laid in this movie. Oh, I'm sorry, he gets a girlfriend. And yeah, there was basically this thing in this movie. The first movie, he was trying to, complete his Mazurka thingy, and now he just wants a girlfriend. And guess what? They couldn't even get the original voice actor for Pugsley back. I'm sorry, I'm not giving the actor who plays Pugsley now crap. I'm sure he's doing his best. He seems like a nice kid, but I'm sorry. The original actor for Pugsley, who did the first movie, did an excellent job, and I'm sorry, but you can hear the difference. I'm sorry, but why couldn't they get the original actor back? Anyway, he meets up with this girl who used to be a pig, but now is human, named Fiola. They all make it back. Yeah, it's basically in this movie that Pugsley's just trying to get a girlfriend. It's kind of pointless, really. When I thought the storyline he had in the first movie was way more touching. Anyway, they make it back to where it is doing a rap. happened. Honestly, I thought the rap in the movie was kind of funny. Like, you got to see each one of the Addams' dance, and they dance pretty cool. Well, and, you know, it kind of ends just there, and just like the first movie, it ends with the song, on the creepy and the kooky, mysterious and spooky, all together, ookie, the Addams Family. Yeah, it basically does the same thing it does. So you're telling me if they make Addams Family 3, they're going to do the same thing they did in the credits? I mean, I guess I can see that being their tradition every time they do an animated Addams Family movie. And so that was the two animated Addams Family movie. Are they good? Yeah, I downright adored them. I even thought they were just as good as the first one, as the original ones. I genuinely like the voice acting, even though they couldn't get Pugsley's back. I don't know why. I love how it is played by Snoop Dogg. And all in all, I just downright think the movie went all out. Sure, it has some bits that are this and that, but all in all, I downright like it. I even like the part in the franchise where each movie Lurch sings song. First one he sings Everybody Hurts, and the second one he sings I Will Survive. Freaking loved that. Like, he literally sings I Will Survive in a bar full of bikers. It was pretty cool, actually. When I heard him sing it, I was like, what in the hell? But it was just downright awesome. Best version of I Will Survive, in my opinion. And I give the Addams Family animated version a 10 out of 10 each. Okay, that's what I give. That's why I rank the movies. I certainly thought they were good. I certainly thought the stories were really trying to go. Oh, it was really trying to, recreate this. I generally love, but now who's to say which one is better? Which one is better? I can't choose. I generally can't choose. I love the original and the new Addams Family movies. I love the actors. I loved the storytelling. I can't choose. Tell me in the comments which one's your favorite Addams Family franchise or versions or whatever. Right, till then, this review shout out goes to MGN. Oh wait, it's MGM, right? Alright, what's this channel's deal? Oh, who are these people? Oh, well, technically, they're a website that lets you watch clips, original trailers, and scenes from old stuff. And I heard they even let you watch some of the episodes from the original live-action black and white Addams Family show. Oh, so go check these guys out. They're pretty. They sound legit, and best of all, it's a free excuse to watch the original live-action cartoon show of the Addams Family. This is the F-Man and Critic telling you to like, subscribe, hit notification. Have a happy Halloween. Bye.